Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight we continue the parade, changing your life financially, easy steps to financial freedom. And notice I said easy steps to financial freedom. You know what that means. There's always going to be a catch, and you know there is. So stay tuned tonight because we have a lot to discuss. NVIDIA split. Is it today, the 7th of June, 10-1? For every stock you own, you now have 10 shares, but you did not 10 times your money. What about just even, but you have 10 times the shares? So we'll just keep it simple. $1,000 share. It was more than that. And that means a 10-1 split means on Monday, it would be trading at $100 per share. Same dollar amount, but lower amount so you, the ordinary citizen, can get in on the AI boom. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, once again, notice I have the SSN Nation gear. Nobody's coming to save you. That's right. You're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. Earn it, ladies and gentlemen, because if you want those easy steps to financial freedom, number one, it's very simple. You need extra income or disposable income or money you can throw away after you pay your expenses. That's what you need to get to the road. That's three things right there. But steps to financial freedom, there is a catch. Those are the so-called catches. Now, I want you also to think about sharing the videos. Why? Because YouTube gods don't show us any love. So you got to show some love by sharing the videos. You never know who can use some of this helpful information. And also, make sure, I've said it already, one piece, the like button, because that will be very helpful during our live stream as well. Because again, we need people to know about what's coming. The Federal Reserve has not reduced or increased the interest rates. So therefore, you're still in luck. Now, the chat room's open to everybody. Let me see who's in the house tonight. We have Laverne Penix. Investor, businessman extraordinaire is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon next to his name, which I greatly and humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received a notification and he saw the trailer. He's the first one. Thank you so much for letting me know. That's exciting in itself. And I'm not going to forget, just so everybody else here in the YouTube street knows the names. In this YouTube street, he's also known as Mr. Cool in the SSN Nation here. And once again, thank you so much, Laverne Penix, for being in the house. Victor Marrero, soon to be retiree, T-minus 45 days is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon I humbly and greatly appreciate. And he says his tagline this evening, hi all, let's do this. And that's what we talk about. We do this, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about equities tonight. Stock market on fire. Stock market, another month of May positive. The stock market is trying to make you rich, but who are they really trying to make rich? Of course, the wealthy. I just hate to say it's like a class situation, but it is. because you can't buy enough of the AI stocks. But you know who can? The rich and famous and wealthy. They can buy unlimited amounts. So when the stock price has continued to skyrocket, their wealth grows a lot more than ordinary citizens. But ordinary citizens, guess what? You have to start somewhere, because changing your life financially, there's easy steps, but you have to be in for the long haul, because you don't have $1 million or $2 million to put down. You might only have $50. You might only have $100, but never fear. That is part of success. You got to start somewhere. So don't give up. Victor Marrero, thank you again for being in the house. Jawway J, another real estate investor, is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon next to your name, which I humbly appreciate. And he says his tagline this evening: hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received a notification, saw the trailer, and he one-pieced the like button. Just like everybody else on podcast, make sure you smash your follow, your likes, your love, that type of button. That's what we need, the good karma buttons. Now, Jawway J, thank you again for being in the house on this Friday evening. Yes, NVIDIA splitting tonight. The new price and extra shares should be showing over the weekend. I am looking at getting at least 100 shares as straight buy. This is it. Financial freedom is raining down upon us, ladies and gentlemen. You don't believe? You better believe. This is one of the beautiful things about America. You can actually get on the train to success and ride it to the top, and you never know if that means financial freedom or not. But guess what? You know, if you stay put and don't do anything, then you're going to have to basically save your way. That is not an option. That is not even a catch. You cannot save your way. You have to have your money work for you no matter what. I don't care. It has to churn to make more money while you're sleeping. That is the goal, ladies and gentlemen. But that's just another step. But that step also, once again, we can't get away from the boogeyman in the room. You have to have actual money, or you can be here in the SSN Nation and find out how you manufacture the money. We'll get into that in a bit, because here's what I want to do, because I didn't even check this out today. I don't even know what happened today. Let me see. Where did NVIDIA stop at? What did it close at today? Let's go see, because this is what the price approximately. Okay, so it should be about $121 is about where it should. Well, 4 a.m. in the morning Eastern time. That's about where it should start. Now, once again, I have to say what I would do. I always wait 48 to 72 hours, 48 to 96 hours before on a split that I rebuy, because here's what generally happens. Not 100%, but most of the time, it'll be 121. It'll go up to 125. 124, maybe even 127, because everybody's buying at the lower price. Then after 2 days, third day or so, all of a sudden, people who jumped in bought, but now people aren't buying. So then sometimes it drops $5 to $10 below the split price. So, and then oftentimes even drops below that. But nonetheless, you have to do dollar cost averaging at this price point. All of you who have purchased over the last 3 or 4 years, congratulations. Because not only did you get the skyrocket in price, you also get the split. That's a beautiful thing. All right. So this is one of the steps you have to take advantage. Man, get your pen, pads, and papers ready, ladies and gentlemen, because I've already given you some steps. But one other important step is activation. You have to act upon this. You can't sit idly by. indefinitely. It already rose from 2020, 2021 when we were talking about it then. And I'm not talking about NVIDIA only, AMD, TSMC. They all rose 300, 400, 500%, whatever the case may be. But all I'm saying is you do have to do something. You can't just sit here. You do have to take, this word is scary to a lot of you, risk. You have to take risk. There's no guarantee that you're going to be successful in anything, but you're going to have to take risk with your money in order to make more money while you are at work, while you are sleeping, while you are retired. All right? Just remember, it's very, very important to remember one thing. Victor Marrero is about to retire right now. In a few T-minus 45 days, I think it is now. Maybe even only 30, 35 days. But nonetheless, what I'm trying to illustrate here is for everybody. It does not matter when you retire or when you want to hang up your playing shoes. The point is, you don't know how much the future is going to cost. You cannot predict it. You damn sure know it's not going to cost an extra 10 or 20 or 30%. It's going to cost you an additional 50% to whatever you are thinking it is. So if you think that you're going to retire and you say, I know $10,000 a month is going to be very good for my retirement, right? And I know what some of you are saying. You're saying, Eric, what's this $10,000 a month? Where am I going to get that from? Well, see, that's the point. You should be working towards these type of numbers. So when you do retire, 15,000, 10,000 you have coming in, right? Now, here's the thing. The most important part. If you retire in 2024, and let's just say you're, I don't even know, 65, you have to start thinking, it's 2024. Now, in 10 years, it'll be 2034, you'll be 75. God willing, right? So, do you think 2014, just think about this, 2014 to 2024, what has happened? The Dow Jones, the stock markets, all have more than tripled. Those companies generally run your economic cycle in America. You're buying from these companies. If they've tripled their profits, some have done well more than that. That means they have to be charging you triple or more. That means those who thought they were going to be safe retiring in 2024, they didn't realize everything was going to cost them 3 to 4 times or 5 times as much. And nobody right now can figure out how much insurance is going to be for anything. Cars, homes, health, you have no clue. You have no way to foresee if it's going to cost you $10,000 per month for some sort of insurance. You don't have any way to see how much electricity is going to cost you. You have no way to know. None of it. So therefore, you can't just go, I just want 10 G's a month or 15 G's a month. That can't be a goal. You have to do something crazy. You have to start thinking, what if? What if everything is 3 times as much as it is today in 10 years? There's no what if, it will be. But all I'm saying is, now imagine you're 75 and all of a sudden things are twice as much as it was when you hit 75, and now you're going into 80, 85. You're going to live a lot longer these days if you have potential for it. There's all kind of health products. There's all kind of natural organics. Health is going to get a little easier and better, but money is going to cost you more. And there's going to be a war on money, by the way. I just want you guys to know there's going to be a war because people around the world are tired of you and you using US dollars. Brian P., another superstar investors in the house. Mr. Financial is here, also in the house. But Brian P is known as Mr. Dividend. Why? Because dividends make money while you sleep, while you are working. You don't have to tend to it. You just have to put your money into it. Like, I'll just use one of his. He talked about it, ULTY. I'll just say that. Go to yieldmaxetfs.com. It's simple. Just go to yieldmaxetfs.com. Those are high risk, high rewards. Now, if you like 15%, 20% return on your money or higher, yieldmaxetfs.com. I do have links down below for free stocks from Robinhood and Webull in case there's somebody on the planet that hasn't heard of these companies. Get your free stocks from Robinhood and Webull. The links are down below. They're apps. Now, let's move along into this. Easy steps to financial freedom. Well, I say easy, but that means you have time. That's what you have to have, a little time on your side. Because if you do have dividends and they do pay 10 to 15 to 20%, then time is good for you, especially if you have something 15%, something 20%. You're just hoping, how long can I get 20% every year? Because every 3.5 years, my money is doubling. I mean, that's pretty steep. That's pretty awesome. Imagine double a penny only a certain number of times, and it turns into a lot of money. It's incredible. The same rules apply. If you want to get into some of the rules, okay, just divide by 72. That'll tell you. So if we need 3 years, right, you divide it by 72. It's that, I mean, 20% into 72 is 3, 4. It's not 4 because 4 is 80%. So 3.5. So 3.5 years roughly, right? So all I'm saying is that's how you figure it out. So if you happen to find something that's 30%, now you're talking about 2.5 years, your money's going to double itself. And the catch with the dividends is you can reinvest your dividends. So your principal that you put in is building every month. If you have a YieldMax ETFs or those dividend stocks that give a dividend every month, then every month you're buying some more chunks of the share. So therefore you have more shares. More shares turns into more dividend money, which keeps the ball rolling like a snowball downhill. It makes your life a lot easier. So what can I tell you, ladies and gentlemen? Mr. Dividend is here. Hello, Eric. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it's better. Hello, SSN family. Smash that like button, says Mr. Dividend. E. White is in the house. Another worldwide investor overseas. Mr. International Investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon next to his name, which I humbly appreciate. And he brings his tagline this evening. Good evening, SSN family. Welcome to the Friday Night Live. And he hit that like button with the one piece. I love it. Thank you so much, man. Very, very happy to see you once again in the house. Brian P., we got paid today. Oh, yeah, I got some info. We got a little cashola today. Gotta love it. Victor Marrero also says, got paid by YieldMax today doing the salsa dance. Reason why they're doing the salsa dance is because the easy steps to financial freedom, they already pulled the trigger 1.5 years ago. Maybe even sooner than that or later than that. But the point is, if you can get 20%, 25, 30, 35% return on your money, ladies and gentlemen, this does not take very long. All you need is 1.5 to 2 years of that type of return in a great economy. Now, the stock market has went up all-time record highs. So some would say, if you're on Wall Street, it's a great economy, right? That's the way it is. It's not Main Street. This is Wall Street. You're playing with the big boys. Welcome to the SSN Nation. You can't play with the little guys. You can't, in other words, you can't do things like this. You really just can't. You just can't do 3% returns. You can't do 4% returns. You just can't do that anymore. United States has to print more money. Therefore, inherently, that increases inflation. There's no way around it. So some of you may be new here, and I'll just give an analogy when I say most people have played Monopoly. And I'll say it again. Let's just say the guy that gets all the houses, the railroads, the energy companies, and wins the game, he has control of everything. Now, imagine if one of the players at the table was the central bank. All right? And the central bank says, haha, you thought you won? We're going to print more money. And then imagine they print more money and they give it to the 3 other players that were playing with you in the form of a loan. You're going to sit there and be the winner saying, what the hell? That's ridiculous. And it's going to be worse because it's going to be like, so you thought you had everything worth, I don't know what it is, but let's just say it's $50 million. We just printed up 100 million. Here you go, guys. So you can land on his stuff, but there's more to come because they're going to say, we're just giving this to you for interest only for 8, 10, 15 years. So right away, since they have all this borrowed money, what are they going to do? They're going to go to Boardwalk and Park Place and say, hey, man, I'll give you 10 times that amount. Well, he might sell. He might say that's a pretty damn good deal on my money. Well, that just increased the value of the neighborhood because they paid more than what the property is worth. He's happy. He 3-timed his money. The new guy's happy because he can pay back his loan. The bank is happy because they're still going to make money on interest. Who's not happy? Ordinary citizens. When they have to go rent the place, they're not going to be happy. Hopefully, everyone understands this analogy. This is what's going to happen to you. Welcome to the implosion that's soon to be somewhere between 7 to 10 years. That's all I can say at this point. I don't really know the time frame, but it's going to be scary out here. That's why you have to do overseas investing as well. That is another arsenal in your playbook that you're going to need. Brian P., I got the notification and he saw the video as well. That's 4 people tonight. Thank you so much for that. That's greatly appreciated. He wants to tout his MSTY, yes, and Coney, CONY, paid today. He's right about that. You guys got your notifications, didn't you? All right. Okay. Some people might be going, okay, Eric, I don't want to do these high risk, high rewards and earn 35, 40% return on my money. I want to stay a little safer. Everybody knows my go-to. JEPI, JEPI, JEPQ, stay in that 9.5 to 10.5% return range. Plus, you stay with one of the major banks, Fed Bank. But how about this? I didn't talk about my PSEC. It's in the mid 14, 15% right now. P as in Paul, S as in Sam, E as in Eric, C as in Charles, right? We didn't talk about that the other day. And that's why you keep the pen, pads, and papers ready. You just never know what's going to be blurted out or what somebody might be saying in the chat room. There it is, MSTY, CONY, ULTY. It's right there in the chat room, ladies and gentlemen. You have homework to do. Easy steps to financial freedom begins with homework. Notice all these steps you have to do, a little homework. So nobody said you can make money easily. You got to actually earn it. You got to work for it. It's a capitalist system. But it's a beautiful thing because nobody's stopping you. Nobody. Be in business. The whole world loves business. You're bringing money. You're hiring people. They love it. That's why you got to be in business. No way around it. All right, let's keep talking. Victor Marrero says next Friday we get paid ULTY. There you go. YMAX, YMAX for everybody on podcasts, and YMAG. Again, you guys got your pen, pad, and papers. Once again, SSN Nation approved, giving you some information that you need to go check out. I am starting to like this dividend cash register. You can arrange your portfolio so you can get dividend payments every week. Oh no, Victor Marrero, see, he's already getting ready for his retirement, where he's going to start telling people about all these different things. Get the weekly payout. Noticed he said ULTY, YMAX, YMAG. This week was MSTY, CONY, TSLY, NVDY. Oh no, it's not this week. It's coming up. But nonetheless, every week he is right. You can have dividends, making money while you sleep. That's what you're going to need, ladies and gentlemen. Changing your life financially, you're going to have to save money, but put it into something that makes money for you. It's that simple. You're not going to be able to outpace or outrun the next economic boom. You've already seen what happened with NVIDIA, with Chipotle. How is it they can go up 1,000%? This is crazy. 600, 700%. I exaggerate a little bit. But all I'm trying to say is you can't keep up with that type of percentage rate, right? So you may be saying, Eric, I can get that once in a blue moon. That's right. But you got to be in the game to earn it. Like right now, nobody knows if NVIDIA is going to go from $122 to $1,000 again. But I'll tell you what did happen with Tesla. They split several times and their stock price always went more than what it previously was. People became millionaires because of it. Now, you have another opportunity with the AI boom, and everybody wants to use NVIDIA chips because they are way out in front right now. Well, join the party while the party is good at the lowest price you can get. Now, I would not expect NVIDIA stock to go under $100. I'm just going to say, I don't even think it's going down to 110. 115, 2% chance, 5% chance, I don't know. 120, okay, probably, because that's where it's going to split at, right? But it's going to be very interesting. But you have to ride the wave and you have to start studying. Those are the easy steps. It doesn't cost you anything. You have an internet, you're watching me, right? You have a cell phone, you have a tablet, or are you at the library? Let me know if you're at the library down in the comment section. All right. Because even then you can learn. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go. Victor Marrero, NVIDIA's price performance 6 months. Look at this, 165%. Year to date, 144. 1 year, 212. 2 years, 543. But look at the 5 year. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. 3,000%. And never mind the 10 year at 25,000%. Are there any doubts about the NVIDIA power? No, there shouldn't be. First of all, we talked about chips in 2020 and 2021. We told people at that time you should have some chip play. Even from Taiwan, any chip play you should be involved with. Everybody's happy with their chip play right now. All right? I'm sorry. If you weren't here, it's okay. But we just gave you some other things in 2024 that can help you out in the long run. Remember, EVs was hot. We were in EVs. Everything that's hot, you should consider being in. The AI revolution has begun. There's going to be competition. So therefore, you should be scouring about for the competition for artificial intelligence. There's going to be a lot of changes coming. So if you can find these, there should be about 4 or 5 unicorns if you study enough. But once again, just stay with the big boys. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. All right. That's why you stay with the FANG stocks, right? They've been doing great for the last 25 years. I'm just saying. All right. So keep those things in mind. Oh, go Google FANG when you have time for study. All right. Then you'll find out what's going on. Now, let's go to some other things because I haven't talked about them in a while because I like real estate investment trusts that have been able to hang in there. Because once again, my ORC, the ARRs, the AGNCs, even O for realty. That's good. But again, we like 10, 12, 14, 15% returns by dividends, money in your brokerage account. Over time, when they reduce the interest rates, it's going to even be better. All right. Now, Victor Marrero, I want to thank you once again for giving us that number for NVIDIA. The AI boom has already started for a lot of people, but it's not too late to get in, because easy steps to financial freedom means you have to be abreast of the latest and greatest booms. And right now, AI boom is everywhere. So why are you going to buck the trend? You should be joining the party, doing what the wealthy do. That way you can become wealthy in a shorter time span. Do you really want to work 40 years? 45 years? Seriously. There's a lot of people who don't see a way out because they don't make enough. But now they have to start thinking, okay, liabilities, expenses, I got to reduce those and put some money into making money at a higher rate, 10, 15, 20% if possible. You can't throw money away anymore. It's more valuable than you think. There's a lot of people who just spend, and they don't realize how valuable and how rare this commodity could all of a sudden become. Why do I say rare? The money supply that the wealthy have, the top 1%, the money supply or the money they control, if they took it out and hid it somewhere, there would be a serious problem. All right. That means the federal government's going to have to print trillions of dollars. And that just causes inflation for the rest of us. Meanwhile, they're putting their money where it's 15, 20, 25%, buying companies, getting in on the AI boom, the open chat GPT boom, and all this. And their money, their millions and trillions is working for them. So what Victor Marrero just showed right here, this is a perfect example. You have the millionaires, wealthy, buying 2 years ago. They get 543% return. Okay, congratulations. People here in the SSN Nation, congrats. You got your 543. 5 years ago, the wealthy, for their $200 or $100 or $45, and they happen to buy a few $10,000 worth, you can easily see 3,000% what happens. They didn't have to do much, except they had to get the foresight together in their brain, studied, and they found the easy step to financial freedom. They waited 5 years. That's it. 5 years, not 40, not 20, not 10. 5 years. See, ladies and gentlemen, this is where people don't understand investing. I've talked to a lot of people in my lifetime, and I would say, hey, you need to invest in this, you need to invest in that. And they would say, man, I don't trust that. I said, whether you trust it or not, you're not going to have a choice. You're going to have to work for yourself, which is risky, work for somebody else, which is risky, and you don't know how much money you're going to make. But you do know if somebody says you get 10% return, you know you get that. So why are you taking a total risk on yourself? You should be investing along the way, using some of that disposable income. Yes, it's going to be tight. Sometimes you have to say, okay, I got to do this for 5 years. That's all it takes. 5 to 10 years. That's it. And congratulations that you found the channel, because we got 3 years left for me. All right. We try to help people here. All right. You're smart by yourself. Anybody see the meme that I posted today? You're smart by yourself, but together we are brilliant. All right. Just remember this. It's easy to work by yourself, but you gain a lot more knowledge when you're in the house, like here in the SSN Nation, when you see this type of thing here that Victor Marrero is talking about, and this right here that he brought up about dividend every week. That's money that's making money for you, reinvesting for you, buying more shares. Even if you don't have the money to buy any more shares, your dividends are buying more shares. That's so valuable because you might not have the extra cash to invest every week, every month, or every 3 months. So it's good when there's something actually buying more shares for you that is using your money that you already spent to buy the shares. It's beautiful. Now, once again, some of you may say, Eric, I'm not into the stocks. How about something that I can just put money in and let it ride? Well, that's what ETFs are. But we have Wealthfront. That's down below in the chat room. You can click on that. Wealthfront, $500 to over, what is it? $500 and up, no management fee with Wealthfront. But as soon as you get up to $4,999, then they start charging you a management fee. So where else can you get that? I don't know. But I do know if somebody had $1,000 or $700 and you wanted to put it into a Wealthfront program, there's no management fee. That is awesome. So therefore, take the ride. That's down below. Use that link, please. So we're giving you some things you can think about, you can study, because that is part of the steps. You have plenty of options, but a lot of people say, well, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do. Again, everybody here, I don't understand the thinking oftentimes by a lot of people in the consumer nation. They'll say, well, I don't want to put my money into that. And then I'm like, don't you own a car that you have a payment on? You own a house that you have a payment on, and you never cared to find out how much it's costing you. You just think, I have these things and this is what I'm doing and I'm paying, but you don't think that interest that you're paying, that's money out the window. It's not working for you. And everything is depreciating. So some people go, Eric, hold on, my house doesn't depreciate. Well, that's because you don't look at it in a certain way. I look at it differently. I look at it, it's costing me every month. And it's not just costing me my mortgage. It's costing me insurance. It's costing me for maintenance and upkeep. That's a liability. And here's the thing. Every dollar that I'm putting out into the house for maintenance, upkeep, mowing the lawn, doing things like that is money that I'm not putting in the stock market. That's actually making money while I sleep. So there's a stark difference. And I got bad news for you. A lot of millionaires live in your neighborhood. The average house is only $400 and some thousand because they're not dumbasses. I hate to say it. We have to be blunt sometimes. They're sitting there saving their money to use to invest. Not everybody who makes millions buys $1 million homes because they realize, wait a minute, my property taxes are $14,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 a year. That money, you have to understand, if somebody has $25,000 a year and you're getting, let's just say 10%, that's $2,500, but now the next year is 27. The next year is 3,000. The next year, you see it keeps growing, but meanwhile, you're paying for your expenses every month for up to 30 years unless you move before that. It's crazy. So think about it, ladies and gentlemen. We want you the easy route. You need your expenses to be minimized going forward. The middle class is being wiped out. Upper middle class, they're coming for you next. So the only way to stay ahead of them is you have to invest. All right, enough. Let me see. I see something going on in my background. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. All right. Well, Brian P sent me some things. Oh, he just dropped another gem. Brian P, Mr. Dividend, IWMY. We left that one out. You better write this down, ladies and gentlemen. Write that one down. We forgot about IWMY. I did anyhow. These guys never do. All right. I got to show you guys something because this is a perfect example. This is a business. And this is so crazy what they did. This is courtesy of Brian P., by the way. This is crazy. Nobody, I just couldn't believe what I was reading. Did we talk about Yield Max too much? Maybe, maybe not. All right, we're good. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen. This is a wild story. This is wild. This is so wild, it's disgusting. I wonder if I can play this. Let me know if you guys can hear this. This is wild. Check this out.
When it comes to remodeling your bath, there's fact and there's fiction. Fiction, it's too expensive to remodel your bath. Fact, with BathFitters' hundreds of design options, you'll get the bath you want to fit your budget. Fiction, bath remodels take forever and tear the house apart.
An ad within an ad. That's interesting. How cute. Listen to this.
2 weeks ago, this church was in the process of getting a brand new roof put on, not by choice. That work has since been complete, but the church is now about $80,000 in the hole.
We're in trouble.
Pastors at Greater Center Church in God in Christ in Mount Hope says he had no choice but to pay for a new roof after Guy One, the company he had been with for years, abruptly canceled his policy based solely on satellite images, which they say showed broken shingles.
I was canceled without notice. What qualifies an insurance adjuster in an office anywhere to look at a satellite picture and determine that the whole roof needs to be repaired?
We first met Pastor Buggs a couple of
Ladies and gentlemen, this is so crazy. They used a satellite image to cancel his insurance. Can you believe this? This is incredible. Okay, I'll continue even though I can't hear it. I saw them showing a satellite photo, but listen to this.
weeks ago, he shared the report with us with the image company he said he used. According to this, there's no structural damage, no missing shingles, no rust, patching, or private matters, and will not respond to follow-up questions. The whole situation has been detrimental for Pastor Buggs and his congregation of 100 members.
All right. I had to remove it because I don't have headphones. So therefore, I don't know how far they got. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, I knew they're going to start messing with this tonight. But nonetheless, what I want you guys to understand is they had to take out a loan to cover the $51,000 roof that they don't need. Find a new policy, which cost them over $20,000. $15,000 more than what they had been paying. They were paying $5,000, now $20,000 a year, and had to put a roof on. Does that ring a bell, everybody over in Florida? When they start talking about getting a new roof, and you're like, wait, my roof is like 12 years old, 15 years old. There's no issues. What are you talking about? This is what's happening. They had to take out an $80,000 loan to get everything done. Unbelievable. And then the city sent them a $11,000 bill to get rid of the graffiti that they didn't put on their wall. Just sickening stuff. This is a business. It's a church. They're doing it to a church. You don't think they're going to be doing it to individuals? They're already doing it. But this right here is just outrageous. Outrageous, and this just illustrates the point. There's no way the church knew that they would have an insurance company go, you know what, we're just going to cancel you. We don't care. No way did they know they're going to have to get a new roof and have to pay $15,000 more annually. That is significant. This is why people in Florida don't have insurance to this day, because of situations like that, and Texas and California. It's all over. Insurance companies are doing this to individuals. They're doing it to businesses. This is what I'm saying. No, you could not predict this going to happen 3 years ago. You did not predict this. Nobody's predicting 3, 4, 5 years ago that all of a sudden you have a nice business and all of a sudden you're getting a notice saying we're canceling your insurance and you got to get a new roof. There's no way you would have known that 5 years ago, 4 years ago. Now you know it's a thing. But my point is, this wasn't any freaking, he went from 5,000 to 15,000. Victor Marrero will tell you in Florida, he's mentioned his, in fact. There's people talking about double and triple insurance rates in Florida, in Texas, in California, in Arizona, all over the place, in South Carolina. It's ridiculous what they're doing to the American citizens. And guess what? Who can't afford it? Ordinary citizens. Now, this is outrageous. This is just crazy. And this is why I say you don't know what's going to happen 3 to 5 years from now. But I can tell you one thing, you're going to have to make more money. You can't rest on your laurels. So if you want to do hand-to-hand combat, earn the money yourself, good luck. Because you're going to be outpaced. There's no way. You're not getting 10 to 15% increases annually on your paycheck. And even if it was, it's going to need to be 30. So either way, you can't pace. You're not going to be able to keep up. It's crazy, all right, Brian P. It's ridiculous. Whoa, that's so infuriating. You're at the mercy of someone that supposedly knows about roofs and tells you to replace it. Exactly. That's because insurance companies refuse to pay. This is out of control. That's exactly the thing. It's the mob tactic. I come, I break your window, I walk in your place, I say, hey, you know, this is a bad neighborhood. You might want to need some protection around here. So every week you're going to have to put in the kitty when somebody comes by with the bag. They're creating their own protection and you're paying for it. Made up. Oh, yeah, we've never had a claim again from you at all. But your roof is old. We think that's a liability. Or wait, is it old? No, it's still under warranty, but that's not good enough for us. And if you want to have insurance that costs you 3 times as more as it did before, then you got to replace your roof. What kind of sense? This is like the mob. That's what this is. Except they don't even have the courtesy of busting your window out. They just walk in and say, hey, man, the neighborhood kids over here might bust your window out one day. And for that, you're going to need protection. Oh, and by the way, you know, everybody on the block, the protection cost is $500 every week. But for you, it's $1,500. I mean, that's what this is. It's a stick up. So there would be some people thinking, how can I get away? How can I get around? Unfortunately, you live in America. You live in a capitalist system where that's controlled by only a few individuals and a few companies control most of the infrastructure that you're dealing with. So therefore, the only way you can combat them is you have to build your own infrastructure, financial freedom. That's what you have to try and build. Now, we won't get into much more tonight about this, but stay tuned for some new videos that I'll be dropping because you might want to start thinking about derivative play. We've talked about this for 5 years, but now I have to talk about it more because the Federal Reserve in a month or two, I'm thinking they should start reducing, and you want assets. You want as many assets as you can grab right now because you're going to be one of those people down the line when prices go up for the assets, you're going to be cashing in. And when you cash in, you're going to be able to buy other assets. Or, like Victor Marrero was talking about, 1038 exchange, right? We were talking about that exchange where Picture this. You bought an asset. Sorry, 1038. It's 1031. But you bought an asset, and the next thing you know, it went up like $500,000. And you're just like, man, that's awesome. Let me grab some of that 500. Let me get some of that equity. Okay. Well, you can do that, but you're borrowing against it. But then you say, let me sell it so I can tap into that 500 G's. I can buy something else that gives me like a 25% return. So let me get some of that. Uncle Sam says, did you just say you got $500,000 in equity? They're like, I'm sorry, you're married, sir. I get it. But where's our 250? Where's our 250? You're going to be like, what the hell? But the 1031, hold on now. We're just going to move into a higher property value. So that way we're never going to be paying tax on our profit, but we will be buying another piece of property and getting great income coming in because it's business. And it didn't cost us anything extra except for the 1031 exchange fees. But nonetheless, they're small. But this is what we're dealing with. We're not going to pay taxes ever. How about that? How about that? All right. So the premiums that church paid over the previous years, I bet you they won't see a penny of that from the insurance company. Exactly. Gone. The church needs to sue the insurance company from here to the moon. I'm pretty sure somebody came in from the congregation or from the ambulance chasers and said, hey, man, you might want to sue these guys to get your money back or something. I don't know if they can sue them. I don't know what grounds, because the insurance companies are immune, just like pharmaceuticals, healthcare and all that. They're immune. There's laws in place that stops you from being able to say, hey, man, I didn't paid you, $5,000 a year for the last 5 to 10 years. I never did a claim. Shouldn't I get some money back? No, it's insurance. It's sick. Sickening is all I can say. So there you are, ladies and gentlemen, changing your life financially. There's certain things that you're going to have to do. There's easy steps to financial freedom, but there's a catch. There's a huge catch. Number one, you need disposable income if you just joined us. You can't earn your financial freedom without having money that you can use to invest. That's the thing. That is the major catch. Most people say, well, hell, I'm living paycheck to paycheck, as the numbers say, 70% of the population here in America, 78% during the month live paycheck to paycheck. That doesn't leave much money for investing. But unfortunately, I have news for you. Like I told you 5 years ago, it was 60% living paycheck to paycheck. Last year and a half, I've been saying 65%. Now we're at 70%. It's going to get worse. It's 78% during the month. So what that means is 70% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck. But an extra 8% happens like this. Let's say you get paid on the 1st and the 15th. So the 1st, you have to pay your mortgage, let's say, car notes, whatever the case may be. You have bills. So now you have no money left over. So they're going to fall under the paycheck to paycheck, because now they have no money left over. Now they have to wait for their next paycheck. So 78% of people in America are living paycheck to paycheck sometime during the month. Do you understand? That's over 200 million people that would be in a workforce living paycheck to paycheck, no disposable income. And you're wondering why the rich keep getting richer, is because they can keep buying the assets that matter. You are out here struggling because you didn't 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 20 years ago, figure that down the line, I'm going to have money coming in out of thin air, let's call it, because we made investments into assets. So that is one of the things. And you always have an ability to do something else with your assets, derivatives, What are derivatives? In case you don't know, it looks like this. Your house is a derivative, which is not an asset in reality, but you can borrow against it, right? You can borrow against anything you do. So if I have a restaurant equipment business, and even though it's not doing that well, the equipment that's in the warehouse has a value. So I could get a loan for the equipment. Unbelievable, but that's how it works. Think about other things when you start your business. And even if we had our SSN Lifestyle membership, timeshares, any piece of paper that you sign where they say you get to come play with us and this is how much it's going to cost, that is an asset, that piece of paper. Because they now can go to a financial company and say, hey, all these pieces of paper combined is worth millions of dollars. How much will you give me now? I don't want to take the risk to collect later. Because I know 70% of the population lives paycheck to paycheck. The odds of 7 out of 10 people not being able to pay me later is pretty high. So I think I'm going to sell this paper that's worth about $10 million. Who will give me $2 million today? That is why the wealthy, again, gets to make more money, because he can get $2 million today for something that he worked at, and now use that $2 million to say, I think I want 10% return on my money for the rest of my life. I think I'll be good. I think $200,000 annually, I think I'll be pretty close to good. But if I got dividends that earned like 15%, now all of a sudden I can still keep 10, 5% is reinvesting. Now all of a sudden I'm actually making more. See what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Easy steps, easy ways, but you have to be in the game. You can't sit on the sidelines, and you're going to have to take risks. All of this that I mentioned are risks. And like they always say, walk across the street, it's a risk. Driving your car, it's a risk. Your life is filled with risk, but you categorize it a certain way. You go low risk, so I don't have to worry about it. And then other things you figure is high risk. And high risk generally goes with something you don't feel comfortable with. Something you don't know much about gives you a high risk, because now all of a sudden you're like, I'm not familiar. I don't understand. I think it's risky. And then there's other people that says, I'm not familiar. I don't understand, but I still like what you're talking about. I'm going to go for it. There's all kind of different reasons why somebody does something. Everybody's is not the same. So don't think that you can go say, hey, Eric told me about this 1031 exchange. You should consider that. No, no, no. Everything does not work for everybody in their mind. We say 4 years ago, hey, get some NVIDIA, get some stocks, get some TSMC, get some chip stocks. It's the way of the world. Gino Chimiente is the one that came in and said, hey, man, hey, guys, you might want to check out Chipotle. Check it out. Better get some Chipotle. And Chipotle is going to be doing their split coming up. And it just skyrockets. Crazy. So everybody had their chance years ago. But again, you had to believe. And here we are again. There will be another skyrocket for the stock market, and there will be a continued boom as soon as they reduce the interest rate. And in fact, there's going to be a boom even before they reduce the interest rate, which makes it all even the worse. Because in 4 years, middle class, upper middle class is going to be wiped out. That's what makes it even worse. So if the upper middle class is wiped out, 70% of the population will not be able to make ends meet for sure in 3 years. And it's probably going to bump up to 80 to 85%. So that means you have to start doing something now. Hopefully, you guys understand there's a sense of urgency here. 5 years ago, I said, hey, guys, in 5 years, it's going to be bad. Middle class wipeout. It's happened. Now it's the upper middle class. They're coming for you. That means they're coming for everybody. Because after that, 80%, the top 20% of the wealthy, they own almost now it's into the 90 percentile for the stock market. It's over 70% of all wealth worldwide. This is where it's going. And I'll say it again, and I've said it on Monday, said it on Wednesday. You will not be able to keep up when somebody else has $1 million and all you have is 50. You get 10% return, you get $5,000 for your $50,000 investment. The $1 million guy gets $100,000. The billionaire, $100 million. So 10% is not equal. So therefore, they will always outpace you year over year. And that's why you have to be in the upper middle class. You have no choice. Time is up in 3 years. And that's when I go bye-bye. I'm retired in 3 years. Officially back in, I won't be doing anything. I won't be doing anything in 3. I won't be on YouTube is what I'm saying. I'm retiring from YouTube in 3 years. I guess if I'm considered a YouTuber. But I will not be doing any more videos. I won't be doing anything. All right? Sorry. It'll be over. There won't be nothing to talk about. It'll be all over but the shouting. We'll just be saying, hey, meet us at somewhere overseas. That's all we're going to be saying. All right? We'll be back in the U.S. too. But all I'm saying is it'll be worldwide at that point because it's unsustainable. All right. Enough of my speech tonight for this. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you share the videos because you never know who's out here needing a little help. And if you want to learn about the 1031 exchange, all you have to do is Google. That'll help you out. If you want to learn about dividend funds, Investopedia. I love those guys. They're your friends. So we're going to end this pretty short tonight. But nonetheless, I just want to let everybody know I'm here. You want to know where to go? Go to the WhatsApp group. All right? Go to the WhatsApp group, the SSN Nation and Lifestyle. Here it is. Let me see here. WhatsApp. Let's see here. No. Contact. You can contact me at support@stopstrugglingnow.com. You heard me. Support@stopstrugglingnow.com. You can always hit me up there. Or go to the WhatsApp group. Join. I'm on the WhatsApp. I am SSN Lifestyle, SSN Nation, right? So I'm not that hard to find. And you know my name is Eric. Not hard to find. It's on the screen too. And the email, support@stopstrugglingnow.com. Not hard. So if you have any questions, we don't charge. We don't have any courses. This is the no guru zone. We don't charge for any mentorship, any classes, any nothing. If you want information, then we give it to you. You have some information tonight from the awesome members, awesome subscribers here in the SSN Nation dropping gems. This is what we do for 5 years already, going on the 6th year. And now 3 more years to go. So after that, we can't help you because we're going to be somewhere. Somewhere. I don't know where, but I'm going to be somewhere. Probably on an island that costs a little bit less. Maybe in Eurozone because that'll be more stable than America. Who knows where I'll be? But all I'm going to say is you have to put yourself in position to win. Long term. Short term, things happen. Like right now, I'm going through something right now because some money's locked up and things like that. But I'm like, okay, it's going to be some pain. But once it's over, then we get through it, then everything's fine. But still going to be pain, ladies and gentlemen. It's not easy. Easy steps, yes. Easy to get there, not so easy. You got to put in the work. All right. If anybody has anything else they want to talk about, please do so now. The chat room is always open. And don't miss us Monday for the Money Making Monday live stream. We got a lot to talk about on that NVIDIA split. Hopefully you guys got it down. Victor Morrell says, are you back in the USSA? No, I'm not back in the USSA. I'm still in the DR. That's right. It's like home away from home. But it's because of the SSN Nation takeover. It's because there's some misunderstandings here with some financials. That's the only reason. But it's all good. It's all good. You know, we got to come. We got to see people. We got to talk to them. We got to go there. It's crazy. Can't be in the USSA right now. So, no, I'm not back. But I'll be back next week more than likely. All right. But I won't be here until the 18th. That's for sure. Although something weird happened today. The guy's like, hey, man, are you leaving next week? And I thought, what the hell is he talking about next week? I was like, damn, I think I paid him till next week. I was like, wait a minute. Is it the 14th? I was like, wait, now I got to check with him tomorrow because he said, oh, so you'll be leaving next week, right? And I'm like, oh, damn. Wait, what? Uh-oh. Hold on. Wait, when am I supposed to? I didn't even realize he was paid up until then. That's crazy. So anyhow, that's what happens sometimes. So all I can say is, again, if you have any questions, please use them. Ask them now. It's always helpful. We don't have a millionaire mentor. We don't have any Zooms. We don't have any courses. I don't do any mentorships. None of that. You can just ask the questions, all right? We used to making money. We don't need your money. I need you to use your money to make more money. I don't need you to be paying for a $5,000 course, $10,000 course. We don't need that. We know most people are living paycheck to paycheck already. We don't need that. We need you to put your money into. Can you imagine right now? Listen to this. This is what's so disgusting and annoying. 4 or 5 years ago, people were, even to this day, paying $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, even more than that. They're giving to people so they can learn from them what to do. But in the meantime, they gave up like $500, $1,000 per month that they would be making right now by doing nothing or more. Or they could have bought some NVIDIA stock 5 years ago when it was freaking $40, something like that. So, I mean, think about that $1,000. And yeah, you might not have spent all of it, but you would have bought 10 to 15 shares, maybe, let's say. And you would have spent $500. That $500 would be like 500,000 right now. I'm off a little bit. But all I'm trying to say is it would be 100, 150, 120, somewhere like that, $160,000. That's how quickly this could happen. And now, because you spent your money on something else, it's crazy. That's what I mean. It's a risk. You say, here, sir, I'm going to come to your meeting at the Hilton or the Marriott or wherever in the conference room. I'm going to pay to fly there. I'm going to pay to come. I'm going to pay all this money to buy your courses when I get there, and I'm going to do an upsell and all this. And next thing you know, you're out 20, 30 G's. And you haven't even put any money in to invest in anything. Your money is valuable. Your money is more valuable right now than it's ever been. Because any money that goes away from you being able to build your wealth means it's another dollar that you're going to have to earn on the other side. That not only earn, but you're going to actually have to make more money to put it into an investment vehicle. Tiffany Davis, welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. Thank you so much for being here. What time does the NVIDIA split take place tonight? I don't know if it actually takes place tonight, but it probably already happened. It's 10:27 p.m. Eastern. So let's see. I think well, no, it's not. It's gonna actually, what's gonna end up happening is my stuff at? It's going to actually drop on Monday it should drop Monday at 4 a.m. That's when it's going to trade at 121, $120.80, 121, something like that. That's when it's going to trade. What is, oh, there it is. Okay. So it really won't be tonight. Let me go look at something right now. Oh yeah, and NVDY, MSTY. Oh, YMAG. Yep. Okay. We loving that. We loving it. We loving it. All right. Let me go look up something. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Monday. I'm 99%. Somebody could correct me, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be Monday when you're going to see something. Let's see. What's it at right now? Yeah, it's closed today at $1,207.75. Okay. So there it is. $120.07 at 4 a.m. Webull time. 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, it should be $120.70. But I guess anything can happen. But I think that's about where it's going to be. 120, 121. There may even be a pounce at the beginning up to 123, 125. Who knows? It could take off to the races because it is the AI boom. NVIDIA is undergoing a 10-to-1 forward split on June 10th. Yep. As a result, will be unavailable on the 24-hour market on Sunday, June 9th. Yep. That's what I thought. So, yeah, June 10th, that's when it's happening. It should happen at 4 a.m. That's when it's going to be at 120, I believe. It should be at 120.70. The 24-hour markets are being held. And I was on Robinhood, so I don't know if that's everywhere, but I think it's everywhere. So we will see. Tiffany Davis says, thank you. No problem. You're welcome. It's supposed to happen overnight. I am thinking you should see the increase tomorrow, depending on the platform. It will definitely open with new price Monday morning. Exactly. Yeah, but we know we can't do any trades. So even if it happens overnight, it could happen. But either way, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen at on the 9th. But if it happens tonight, so be it. But it's going to happen this weekend. But it's going to be 10-to-1 in your account for sure on Monday. I think. I don't think it's going to show up. But, hey, it doesn't really matter because nobody's going to be trading tomorrow, I don't think, even though they have a 24-hour market. But I don't think there's going to be much movement one way or another. All right. If you have any NVIDIA shares now, all you need to do is multiply it by 10. Exactly. So if you have 10 shares, you're going to have 100 at $121. Let's round up roughly. But I have a feeling it's going to probably pop up on Monday for sure. There's going to be more people buying because the price is way lower. So I do think that it will go soon as the pre-markets. I think by the time the market opens, it'll probably be at 125, 127, 128. Who knows? It's a boom out here, ladies and gentlemen. So just think about that. Are you going to get in on this latest boom? If you missed the .com boom, you missed the .com bubble that popped. But after that, out from the ashes, the Amazons, which now, Microsofts, the Apples, everybody that you now know. Social media wasn't even out until 12 years ago. Facebook came out, in the 2000s. So, and then after that, off to the races for that little boom. And then now you have the AI boom. Are you going to be in the AI boom? Come on now. You have to be. We'll find out. She says, I missed both. Dang. Well, Tiffany Davis, you're not going to miss this one. You're going to be in on the AI boom, I hope. You're going to buy some other chip stocks, right? They're going to lag behind NVIDIA. Maybe they're not going to do the 500% in 2 years. but maybe they do the 300% like AMD. That's still money making. So that's the way to go, right? Here we go. Agree. There will be buying pressure Monday and Tuesday. Another option, if you want the DCA up, is to buy half Monday and the other half Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. You can all this is on the table because this is going to split. So everybody, I agree, it's going to be up. But then I think the 48-hour mark to the 72-hour mark, I think it comes back down because everybody boomed up. But this here is unlike anything else, because I think the way it's moving, my strategy of normally waiting may not matter. I think the prices may not come down in reality, but I'm just going by what typically happens. But in my mind, what I think is going to happen is the price is actually going to go up. Like it's an IPO because of the way that the stock has behaved with just this rise. It just won't stop. And so I don't really know after, like I say, it's not 100% of the time this stuff comes down, but I'm still going to wait the 48 to 96 hours and see what happens. But it could be 121 on Monday morning, but by Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern time, it could be 135. It could be 150 for all that matters. So I think we're going to see a rocket ship in reality. If I have to do my actual business acumen for this, I think it's going to rise. But from my just pure market stuff, I'm like, I'll just wait 48 to 72. But I might be waiting where it's a hit or miss. It's almost like the Tesla scenario when people said it's going to go down to 99 a couple years back. And I was like, how do you figure that? It already dropped like damn near 50%. And why are we going to roll that deep? So when it got to 109, 108, 107, I was like, damn, I might as well wait and see what happens. Well, it didn't get down there. It got to 106 and something, I think, and then it went 107, 108. And so I'm still thinking, nah. So I didn't get in at that time till 116, 117. When I could have been at 106. I was looking at it at 106 or 107. But the fact of the matter is, you have to be in the game, because then when things rise, exponential. So again, there's some people that just now joined us. They may not understand what I'm saying. Here's what I'm trying to say. If you bought a stock at $100 and it dropped to, let's say, 50, because this is actually what happened with Tesla, right? It went down to 50% of its value. So we'll just say it dropped to 50. You would start freaking out. A lot of people freak out. Old investors go, hey, you know what? I need to buy some more. I believe in the company. I'm going to buy some more at $50 in order to get his dollar cost average down. Why is that significant? So all things equal, I will just use 10 shares at $100, 10 shares at $50. The dollar cost average is the difference, 50%, $75. So here's what starts happening. You start buying and it's down to 50, and you're like, okay, let me go buy another 10 shares, let's just say. And that's $75 on average. But what is a 10% movement is only $5. What's a 20% movement? $10. 40% movement is 20. But here's the kicker. If it moves back to $75, you're now at break even. And if it goes back to 100, you have 25% of a win. That's why you dollar cost average when things go down if you believe in the company. So just giving people an idea on why you buy when the market or blood is in the streets. All right. Hopefully that helps you out. Curtis Davis is in the house. Mr. Financial is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream. And he brings his tagline, still looking, NVIDIA to double in 1 year. Exactly. I totally agree with that. Why wouldn't it go from 121 to 240, 250. Of course it's going to double. I believe it is. I really do. I think it's going to more than double, quite frankly. You have to study NVIDIA and see what everybody is doing. People are piggybacking. Other large corporations are buying NVIDIA's chips. And NVIDIA only sells certain chips to certain companies, the super powerful ones. They're not what you're going to be getting. They sell some other chips to other corporations around the world, and they don't spend like $5 million. These guys are spending hundreds of millions. And also think of the cloud services, artificial intelligence. All of this is going to derive from these chips. Who's going to come out with better chips? I don't know, because, you know, ever since from the 2000s up until 2024, the computer guys, they slowed down. Remember back in the day, it seemed like every 6 months, it was like, oh, we got another gigabytes of storage space. Oh, we got some more RAM. And all of a sudden, over the last 10 years, these guys actually purposely slowed it down. Like I said, I'm using a computer right now that has 16 RAM, gigabytes of a hard drive, speeds of over 2,000 to 3,000 processing. That same computer that I bought for 500, 600 bucks, they're selling these same specs today for $1,500, $2,000. It's disgusting. Really disgusting when you think about it. And so now there's going to be, we hope, a boom. But once again, nobody's trying to beat anybody, but there will be a boom. Just trust me on this. It's going to happen. Mr. Financial, glad to see you, and go over to his channel, ladies and gentlemen. It's Chili Davis, CHILOY. Chili Davis is his Chili channel that leaves you with great financial news and updates throughout the day, evening, and night. He's part of the SSN Nation. He doesn't charge either. He's part of the No Guru Zone. He's just trying to help you and make sure you're up to date. You're out here working hard. You just, you know, you might be at work 12 hours a day, 15 hours a day. You just never know, right? AMD, Amazon, Google, AI stocks are going to rally. Meta, exactly. He's the, I got to keep this on the list because everybody with the pen, pad, and paper, he's not wrong. He's right. This is what's happening. These are part of the FANG stocks that I mentioned at the beginning, the first hour. Go see what the FANG stocks are. Go look at the FANG stocks return over the last 20. You're going to go crazy if you do that. Forget the 20. Just look at the last 5 years. All right. You're going to be like, where was I? I'm just saying, you were right there sleeping. Curtis Davis from Victor Moreau. Yes, sir. Agree. Apple has fallen behind with AI, but don't count them out yet. It appears to be coming back with the vengeance based on the chart. Okay, look. Okay, guys, look. Victor Morero's right. Don't worry about, look, this is very basic now. This is so easy now. Okay, let's recap. The companies with the hundreds of millions of dollars, they're the FANG guys. This is Apple. This is Microsoft. All right? These guys, this is Facebook. All right? Apple, Microsoft. Okay, Google. These guys invest in other corporations and companies. So you don't think that they don't have a position into some sort of NVIDIA play or AI play or cloud play, chip play. They have the money to buy other companies. And those other companies might do business with NVIDIA, for example. So don't be fooled if somebody's behind, just like everybody thought Meta was done. But they come out of the blue. All of a sudden, one of the better stocks in the last 2 years. People threw them away. Now they're throwing away Apple. Do you know how much stuff Apple has? I mean, this is crazy. These guys have benefited from something that's never really happened before. They benefited from derivatives. They've benefited from their stock price increases. So therefore, they could always borrow and buy other corporations. Why do you think Anheuser-Busch, not an American company anymore, was bought for some ridiculous amount of money? Because somebody was able to get a loan at low interest rates for a ridiculous amount of money in Europe. That's what these guys have the capability of doing. You can't count Apple out. They're just not a cell phone company. All right? All of these companies are not what they appear to be. Facebook is not just Facebook. Google is not just Google. Microsoft is not just Microsoft. Oracle is not just Oracle. All right? These guys are intertwined with the top companies. They are buying their shares. They're doing business with them. Hundreds of millions of dollars of business, which props the whole industry up. So keep that in mind. That's why you want to be in play with them. All right. So that's very well said, Victor Marrero and Curtis Davis. This AI stuff coming with AI tools running and robots coming. Exactly. It's a wrap. Some of the NVIDIA chips cost $50K a pop. These aren't Nintendo chips. Exactly. These guys are running supercomputer. This is AI on steroids. And you guys are out here playing thinking, oh, no, nothing's going to look. AI, ChatGPT, all this automation that people are going to just be able to actually, I don't even know why we're typing still. We should be able to talk. Where's the talking computer where I can just say, hey, computer, or hey, Johnny? No, what did we call Amazon? Siri, right? You already do it. Siri. You know, what's the tallest mountains in the world? I mean, you already do it. It's all going to get better. And again, things are going to change. There's going to be markets that's going to be open that we don't even think of right now, but already around the world, people are using the chips and the AI to create our future. And our future is going to come like this. So you have to be in the game, and all these companies are in the game. Now, they're not Nintendo chips. You're damn right. It's it. ChatGPT, Google Bard, Amazon Bedrock. The work by automation is 10x. Exactly. That's where this is going. You're going to need a new skill set, ladies and gentlemen. I hate to say it, but you're going to have to get a new skill set. Luckily for you, the world still works on tangible assets as well. All right, Curtis Davis, ChatGPT, AK, Microsoft Copilot in your browser. I know. The robots are getting smarter than humans. Yeah, and quicker. Their mind processes multi-functions, which our minds are actually energy. We could actually do the same thing, but unfortunately, we don't tap into our mind. Most people don't on that. But nonetheless, that's where this is headed. It's headed that way at Victor. Only a few companies can afford the 50K chips or setup. Yeah, exactly. That's the whole point. Who do you think are investing? It's the big boys. It's the Apples. It's everybody. The big boys that have $1 trillion sitting around. They have no issues. It's going to cost less later, but the thing is, they're on the forefront, so they get ahead of everybody else. So what? It's harder to catch up than already to be at the beginning. If you're already at the start, you reap the rewards of the money today. Your money is valuable today because money is going to be less later. We can always get more money later because if we say $500 in 2015 money or $500 in 2024 money, in 2015, the $500 was worth a hell of a lot more than it is now. So that's the inflation. So in order to make that same amount, it might be $1,000 you have to make to equal the 500 that you used to make. So that's what's happening. So while they're putting these investments in, people go, wow, they're spending $100 million. They're spending $50 million. Yeah, but in order to get what they need later, it might cost them $500 million. This is why people just can't do social media platforms. People back in the day, you could create some sort of grouping, some social media platform, relatively simple. Now you can still create one, but in order to get the audience there, now how much does that cost, right? It's out of control. Only a few companies can afford it. Exactly. Right. Apple has 3 trillion market cap and can buy anything or leverage. Exactly. Exactly. That's what they've been doing silently. See, these guys aren't stupid. They don't sit there and just make announcements. Yeah, they make the announcement to Wall Street because they're on the stock market. Hey, we bought this company. But most people aren't into the stock market. They're not getting CNBC, the Wall Street Journal, or anything, Bloomberg. So therefore, they don't really know what these companies are doing. They just know Apple, they make phones. Microsoft, oh yeah, they do phones too, but no, they don't do phones. They do the Windows software. That's what most people associate these people with. Google, okay, we just search. No, wrong. These guys own so much stuff that's coming out in the future, and they're buying it cheap right now. And everybody's going to be using it. They understand their audience. You have 8 billion people. You have roughly only about 2 to 3 billion people that have the internet. So now you're sitting there like, okay, what happens if we do another billion people on the internet? And now we control AI, ChatGPT, been able to control information, the way it flows. That is that's a commodity in itself. So once again, keep those in mind. Curtis Davis, a talking computer conversion software coming with SoundHound or similar tools. The foundation is set. Exactly, it's set. I just don't think they have a powerful enough RAM to gigabytes. That's what I think the problem is, because once everybody gets into it, there's going to be so much, and everybody knows whenever you start using the added the voice, it's not just a simple memory. You're going to have to add extra memory to store certain things. So just keep that in mind. But that's where we're going. It's happening. Hi, all from George's Charles. The man is the emerging millionaire is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Friday night live stream with that icon next to your name. Another real estate investor extraordinaire is here. He brings a simple tagline. Hi, all. Hello, George's Charles. Welcome. Once again, very happy to see you. And he says, Curtis Davis, the stock market is tokenizing blockchain brokerage account. They sent my money in less than 12 hours. See, this is what I'm saying. Where normally it took 3 days to settle. The robots will take instant pay, not 3 days. See, this is scary stuff. He's right. Settlements no longer a few days, settlements in less than 24 hours. That's where this is heading, especially if you start tying in blockchain. This is going to be bad. This is going to be quick. It's going to be good for a lot of people. And speaking of blockchain, we don't know what's going to really happen with crypto on the blockchain. But I recommend everybody down below in the description box, there is something called Unstoppable Domain. I mentioned this over the years. You don't have to use it, but for $10 to $15 to $20, $25, why not get something in your name, in your company name, that you can actually mint on the blockchain? You can actually put up websites. They're minimal websites right now. Video. That means since it's on the blockchain, nobody can take it off unless the blockchain dies. So therefore, you control it. Nobody can call up your ISP and say, take it down. The feds can't roll in and do whatever they normally want to do to people. It's on the blockchain. So that gives you freedom. So go and get your unstoppable domain. Yes, we do have the stopstrugglingnow.crypto, stopstrugglingnow.nft, stopstrugglingnow.bitcoin wallet, or whatever it was called. All of that. Reason why this is major is no longer that alphanumeric character. You were just giving them ericbird.crypto. Send me any crypto, because it does over 400 cryptos. So go sign up. Please use the link down below. Yes, I get a little credit every now and then, but it's for you. Just go over and spend the money. Whether you use it or not, that's your business. But make sure you mint it for free. It'll be on the Polygon network, cheap, right? Pennies. So actually it's free when you sign up, but all I'm saying is it's pennies if you ever have to do transactions. So that's one of the major things right there. All right. Get your unstoppable domain, because that is in the background lagging. Way behind is the blockchain scenario. Information could be on there. Banking, money, crypto, all of it could be running on a blockchain. Health records, everything could be on a blockchain. So just keep that in mind. That is major. Thank you for bringing that up, Curtis Davis. Victor Marrero at Curtis Davis. That's the challenging competition. Financial institutions are being created with instant deposits at no cost. Exactly. First of all, I don't know what financial institutions are actually going to be doing. That's the first thing. I can't even say if they know what they're going to be doing, because all I know is them worrying about money laundering, them worrying about a tax code that potentially could be in place that says anything over $600 you have to report. I mean, that's ludicrous in today's society. A damn refrigerator costs 4 G's, 3 G's. Of course you're going to spend more than $600 for a dish, everything in your house. Your dishwasher goes out. Okay, $700. You want a barbecue out back? $1,000. You want to get a hot tub? 4 G's. I mean, everything's over 600. Damn near. You go to the grocery store and you could be spending $600. So, I mean, I don't know what the hell financial institutions are going to do with these laws coming out, and let alone about crypto. I don't know what they're going to do. There'll be gateways, I guess, like what Coinbase is doing. Yeah, they're going to report. I mean, this is ludicrous. That's just way too much information, and I don't know how they're going to be able to keep up. All right, Brian P. New law grants U.S. president power to block digital access. Uh-oh, that's scary. That is real scary. Bitcoin and Ethereum can't be counted out either. No, those are the only two right now. Again, we already talked about this. It seems to me like a year. No more. It's all Bitcoin or Ethereum. That's it. Yes, people can make money on other coins that come out and this, that, and the other, but no, I'm not messing with nobody else. These two asset classes returned over 23%. Nothing wrong with having a little bit of that in your portfolio. Just my opinion. You're exactly right. That's our opinion too. The SSN Nation approved opinion. Bitcoin, Ethereum, you should have both. And get your unstoppable domain. Because again, let's go with security situations. If I know your alphanumeric characters, you do realize everything you do, I can track, right? Everything. Once I know your alphanumeric characters on the blockchain. So if I say ericbird.crypto and I say, send me Polygon, send me some Matic, send me Bitcoin, send me Ethereum, all you guys know is ericbird.crypto. That's it. Wherever I send it out from there is going alphanumeric. So you have a sense of a little bit of cloak and dagger. But the point is, it was never meant to be cloak and dagger. It was never meant to be unknown. Although it's touted that way because you need the alphanumeric characters. And as long as somebody has your code, they can send you money. But in places around the world, they have blocked and made you get exchanges. So then it's trackable. So just saying. All right. So that's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, Eric. Brian P. California fast food restaurant have cut 10,000 jobs thanks to the state's 20 million minimum wage trade group. Hey, that was going to happen. Hey, all I can say is that you can't have everything both ways. You can't have millions of people earning $10 to $15 per hour and then have rental costs at $1,500 to $2,000 for a one bedroom. you're wiping out the middle class, the lower to middle classes, which is what they did. So if you want to run a business and you want to do high risk, you're going to have to pay a minimum of $20 per person. Yeah, 10,000 jobs. But see, here's the thing. Those 10,000 jobs, what are we talking about here? People who are making less than $2,000 a month? I mean, seriously, what you can't live on that anywhere. You can live at your parents, but you can't live anywhere. So it's kind of weird. It's just weird. It's what can you do? Nothing. But people do have to get paid more. If things cost 5 times as much, that means the wage should be 5 times as much. Our wages should look, first of all, there should be any $20 wage. It should be like $75, $80 per hour right now is the norm. Seriously. That should be the norm. If you go by what minimum wage was in the 70s when they first implemented it, up till 40 years later? Sheesh, 50 years later. How is it that it just doubled in 50 years? Because I guarantee you, prices are not the same. McDonald's fries used to be 29 cents or something? I mean, a hamburger used to be 15 cents, I think. Wasn't it something like that? 25 cents? I mean, come on. This is crazy. This is real crazy. All right. Facts. The refrigerator costs $4K and laws are 90 years behind, and tracking and stopping fraud with low 600 thresholds. Exactly. And the other thing that cracks me up is if somebody's doing something illegal, I mean, it's like, it's almost like if they're legitimate bad guys, they're just going to launder the money. There's so many ways you can launder money. It's ridiculous. It's not like they're going to stop you. I mean, let's get into laundering money. All right. It's simple. If I actually have money, I'm just going to go gamble. If I'm laundering, I'll just go gamble. This is ridiculous. I mean, come on. This is ridiculous. And furthermore, this is so ridiculous. I have cash money. I can easily go down to a store and I could easily just say, you know what? Since I know I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to lose some money on cash when I exchange it illegally. So why don't I just go down to the store or a few stores and just, like we're talking about refrigerators. I need 4 refrigerators today, 16 grand. Okay, I got 4 refrigerators over here for $12,000. Seriously? Come on. This is ludicrous. This is so sick. I mean, like, the government's getting inundated with all these SARS reports, all these reports that says this person bought 10 grand worth of stuff. That person bought 7 grand worth of stuff. This person bought 25,000 worth of stuff. Come on. This is absurd. People go out and buy furniture every day and their bills are over 20 G's. Definitely over 10,000. You go buy some appliances. Next thing you know, I got a dishwasher, a fridge, and a stove. Next thing I know, it's 10,000. I mean, come on. It's easy to do money laundering. It's a joke. They're using the money laundering so they can actually just track people. But how many people are they going to track? They're going to track like 70%, 80% of the population is just W-2, 1099. I mean, seriously, you're doing all this so you can find a few thousand people? Seriously, come on, man. This stuff is crazy. This stuff is real crazy. In fact, let's keep it going. We'll be bad guys tonight. We'll do bad guy stuff tonight. So let's talk about this. So you guys, some states go, yeah, we're going to allow to sell marijuana and things like that, right? So when you go to a marijuana dispensary, what happens? Some people come in, they're going to pay cash. I mean, this is ludicrous. So if I'm a bad guy, I have money, I guess I'm going to open up a dispensary because I'm going to have cash. I'm going to have customers that's going to pay me cash. And some customers might pay me a lot of cash. I mean, come on, man. This is ludicrous. All right, just saying. There's just ridiculous. But basically, they're trying to tap into all the extra money that people aren't claiming is what they're trying to tap into. You have us 200 million, 150 million people, 200 million people, and you can't tap into it. That's why they want to use the money laundering. So anyhow, Brian P. Hey, Eric, did you see you can buy crypto at Coinstar kiosk? Yes, I've seen that before. And the Coinstar kiosk is the one that used to take your change. Cracks me up, man. Of course. They said today that California is over $100 billion in debt. How in the hell can you get out of that hole? Here's how. Hey, your state income tax is now 10.5. Your property taxes are now 2%. And by the way, every house on average is $1 million. So I guess, hey, there we go. $20,000 for everybody for property tax. Oh, and by the way, we have Mello-Roos for school. So now because you live in that area that has a new school and this, that, and the other, you got to pay an extra $10,000 a year in taxes. I mean, come on, man. That's how they're going to do it. Seriously. It's always who's going to pay for it. You know who's going to pay for it. The citizens, they're going to pay for it. The corporations that come in, okay, sure, they get to pay corporation tax, but who cares about that? Man, yeah, nobody's paying for it, Victor Marrero. It's going to be kicking the can down the road because, again, money is cheaper later because of inflation. That's why. Because, again, America is built on debt. And unfortunately, citizens are carried and swept with that debt river and that debt pool and that ocean of debt. And now you have all-time record highs in debt across the board. Cars, credit, school, health, everything you do, debt reigns supreme. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Doggy Coin. Okay, XLM. Oh, that's cheap. That blockchain is cheap. We like XLM. I'm surprised it's not bigger than it is. Curtis Davis says, Eric, the Atani gambling losses blamed on the financial guy, but there were millions on the line. A single guy placed X bets. Come to find out, the casino loaned the bookie 1.2 million. See, I tried to tell you guys, you don't know who is who. You don't know. I gave the poker story on Wednesday, right? I told you, you don't know at the table. Some people are sponsored. Some people are playing with house money. Some people are staked. You don't know. And look, this is what we're saying right here. This is what we're saying. Come to find out, casino loaned the bookie 1.2 million. That's what I'm saying. Get action. We need action out here. Oh, you know what, man? Make some bets. If you win, all right, you'll get 10%. But if you lose, we'll just keep it. We're funding it ourselves. Crazy. It's almost like when you play slot machines. So what people don't realize is when you walk in a casino, if you walked in a casino and you don't see any lights going off from the slot machines or people winning, you're like, why am I going to come in here? But if you see when you walk in stuff flashing, winning, people having a good time, things like that, this is why you're being sold the illusion. You walk in a casino, they want you to hear the sounds of machines. They want you to hear winners. That's why when you walk in, you'll usually see some winners, because then it's like, oh yeah, this is awesome. I'm going to win too. There's a psychology of taking your money. And so far, that's what the businesses do. They have a great psychology, and you play. And that's why they can do things like what Curtis Davis is talking about. And like I told you the other day, when I'm playing poker, I was always sponsored whenever I went to go play somewhere. So I have an advantage over everybody else. Money in my pocket, hotel room, food paid for, and I might be staying there for a week. I might be there for 3 or 4 days. But you, another player, might have to pay for his room. He might have to pay for his buy-in. He might have to pay for everything, the food and everything. And he doesn't get any free cash. So now he's actually using his own money. So he's going to play differently than the guys who are sponsored. Sure, you can still win because, you know, it's game of skill, but there's a little luck involved, percentages. 1 out of 10 means one out of 100 means 1 out of 100. It can hit that one time out of 100. It's going to happen. So that's where the little people call it luck, but it's actually variables. 2 out of 10, it happens. I mean, things happen. So that's the whole point. You never know with gambling or even with businesses. You don't know how the person started their business. You're thinking the person is competition because I'll give you a perfect example. So you're doing lawn care and you're looking at your competition because he has like 5 different crews, 5 different trucks. You see him out there with the guys with all the equipment, the chainsaws, the climbers. So you're thinking he's doing all this stuff. Yes, he is doing all that stuff. But what you don't know is maybe the guy owes way more. He's got loans out because that's the way he scaled up faster. But now his IOU, you don't even know if he's making enough. Meanwhile, you're feeling bad because you're like, man, these guys are awesome. How they get all this stuff? I don't think I can compete with them. But you still have an old truck, 5 years old, the old equipment, an old chainsaw, but you're starting out and you still have business. But see, that's just it. It's perception. You don't know how he's doing it, but you are in competition with him and you're thinking, man, I'm at a loss. I can't win. When in fact, he can't do the same deals you can do, but you don't know it yet because he has to take the bigger deals, the bigger slice. Somebody goes there, yeah, it's going to cost you $2,000, $5,000 to take down these trees. Whereas you can go see the guy and say, well, no, hold on. It's not going to cost you $5,000 from me. It's only going to cost you $2,500. And because your expenses are way lower, you get the deal, but make profit better than his profit or return on investment. But see, that's the thing. You don't know. So therefore, you always have to stay within your capabilities and build one step at a time. That's the way you get to the financial freedom. That is the catch. All right. I think I'm going to have to wrap this up now. We went long enough, but again, please smash that like button on the way out. Please also subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell so that the YouTube gods know that you were here. And if you'd like to become a member of the channel with the icon next to your name, please, I'd love that. Also, come join us down here in the DR. Why? Overseas international investing. It doesn't have to be real estate. It could be business. But you need another place. Why not here? Now, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, you can only sign up at ssnlifestyle.com. ssnlifestyle.com. 3 days, December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. That's when you should be here. Why? We have attorneys to talk to. We have realtors to talk to. We have business people to talk to. We have bankers to talk to because you have to understand the lay of the land. We want you to know these people so you can pick up the phone and call. You don't need to go through me. You don't need to go through SSN Lifestyle, but you will need to know the secret code, the secret password. SSN Nation. That is your password in the Dominican Republic. That's your password when you say, hey, I need some furniture. You go see Joel at Open Furniture. Opine, I always call it, but it's Opine. OPPEIN Furniture. I said it. You don't need me. Just tell Joel, SSN Nation told me to come down here. They said you can do specially made and we get wholesale deals. You said I can measure my house and it's going to be specially made. I can pick out the colors, pick out what I want. You're damn right. Get it wholesale. Tell them SSN Nation sent you, right? This is what the deal is. December 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Come on down. Tickets are $199. 3 days. You don't want to miss it. I actually had some videos. We have the SSN Nation takeover. So that will happen that week. It usually happens on Thursday, actually Friday, when people stay longer than just Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Friday night is SSN Nation takeover, just so you guys know. Or is it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday? Wednesday night, actually. It's not Friday night. It's Wednesday night when it's SSN Nation takeover. That's right, the live stream. I give it up. The majority of the live stream goes to some of the members that came. All right, and then they can tell you what happened. We have a video out for the last one, and we have a video out last year for one in November. So you have to go back about 8-9 months. You'll see Mo on there with some girls on the live stream. And then the last one we did, you'll see Cree and Asbury on the thumbnail sitting there, SSN Nation takeover. So this is the type of things that we do because you guys can take over anywhere. Again, alone, we're very smart, but together you create brilliance. All right, just keep that in mind. Now, let's see. Here we go. Yep, Brian P. said it. That is crazy. Yeah, this right here is so funny. This is why I always talk about derivatives. Because what you don't see is you hear like an Elon Musk say, I'm going to borrow money, I'm going to sell my shares. But what you don't hear is the other millionaires, billionaires, and wealthy people. They just be like, I don't need to announce this. We just do it. And they're able to create more wealth out of thin air. So they get to do these same type of things. Here's a 15-year interest-only loan for 2%. Have at it. Who wouldn't love that? So all I'm saying is we're going to wrap it up tonight, but make sure you show some love. ssnlifestyle.com. Oh, yeah, there's some real estate projects you guys might want to check out. There's a couple of them posted on SSN Lifestyle right now. Oasis Lake, Oasis Bay, and we're going to be talking about a little Noval. We're going to be talking about Coral Lake coming out soon, I hope. I'm trying to get some pricing for it. Can't. These guys out here, man, blocking. Nonetheless, Noval is coming out. Oh, it's June, so something's for Noval. Oh, you don't want to miss this one. It's going to be out at Conarock. Victor Marrero, you get to win better than before because Noval is bringing the love. The new restaurant for Noval should be opening up this week or next week in Conarock, and I don't know what hole, but it's by the golf club. So when you come in Conarock, let's say I came in, go to the right. There's a halfway down is the golf club, right? Across from the golf club, and maybe it's seemingly like 50 yards down on the left, is a new restaurant. So now people don't have to go to the Cana Bay if you don't have a restaurant at your place. But Oasis Bay and Noval are going to have mini marts. That means people can get groceries now without having to leave the compound. That's going to be pretty cool, but they're not going to be built for 2 years, though. 2.5 years, unfortunately. But nonetheless, it's in play. So that means things are about to get nice and spicy out there. And the values are going to increase. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, a studio is now at 160, 170, but I'm just saying. I'm just saying, this is where we're heading, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't get in for some international real estate right now in Dominican Republic, you're going to be left out. There's literally only a handful of things. And there's something at Michi's that I'm going to have to bust out. I already know about it, but it's bungalows, ocean view for in the hundreds. I know I should have mentioned it before, but there will be a video coming out about it maybe this weekend, because it's called, well, I'm not even going to tell you what it's called. You're going to have to check out the video. In Michi's. Michi's is like 45 minutes from Punta Cana, because this is what we would, I guess it's going to be called like Eastern Michi's. It's not all the way downtown. It's in the mountain. So I know where it is, but it's about 45 minutes. You go up the mountain. So it's probably going to end up being 50 to 60 minutes. But nonetheless, the thing is, it's the bungalow, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you can, in fact, hold on a second. Hold on. Let me just bust this out right now. Let me just get you guys a little juicy. Let me give you some juice right now, all right? Let me give you some juice. Here. No, that's not it. That's not it. Here we go. Let me go somewhere else. Here we go. Oh, here's what I'm going to do. Let me show you guys some prices. Maybe that would help. Hold on. Is this the villas or is this the condos? I'll see in a second here. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You'll like this. You will like this. Ladies and gentlemen, look. Does anybody see ocean there? 150,000 ocean view. I know. Yes. Do you see this? Are you paying attention? Do you understand the words coming out of my mouth? Ocean view. Now, hold on a second. I'm looking for something, though. There's something missing. Because I want a 1+1. But it says view, but it's not the ocean view, which is weird. Yeah, these are all one bedrooms for 150, ladies and gentlemen, with an ocean view. And let me show you something, because these are interesting. They're bungalows. That's what's so cool about this. They're like bungalows. Ooh, why can't I get this? Hold on a second. How do I not have? Oh, this is a bummer. I don't have the brochure. Oh, well, you guys will have to wait. You'll just have to find out about it later. I'm sorry. This weekend, there'll have to be a video that comes out. You know what else? Well, I can't do that. I was going to show you something else, but I can't do that. Oh, wait, hold on. You got luck. You're in luck tonight. You guys get a preview. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. You get a preview. Hold on. Let me give you a preview. Okay, look at this. Oh, I know. It's in the mountains. I know. Ocean views. I know. Look, these little bungalows. Yes. Ocean view bungalows, 1 bedrooms. I'm not mad at them, because that is cool if you're in the mountains. They do have a 1+1, but again, those are $199. But nonetheless, I've been trying to understand the view, because they call it a view, but I'm like, no, does it have ocean view? Because ocean view matters. So look, this is the view for level 1. I don't know what this means. It's like, I don't understand the project, because they say like, here's level 2, right? And I'm like, wait, that's not a level 2 though. So I don't know what they mean. So this is why I can't really market this yet. But all I'm trying to say is the price is right. $199 or less. And, well, I won't get into some other things, but you guys have already seen some of the scenery from there and didn't know it yet. I've already been out there, because it was the SSN Nation takeover. I was already out there for another reason. And I find out this is out there, and this is cheap. To be at a Michi's at $199 or less. $199 is a 2-bedroom, which is a 1+1. What does that mean? There's one bedroom, one bathroom in the same bedroom. The +1 is a second. It's not really designated a bedroom. It's designated whatever you want it to be, a den, a bedroom, an office, and then they have another community bathroom. Not my fave, but $199. Now, the question is, if you can see water, that $199 would be a hell of a deal if you see ocean. Definitely they have ocean views for one bedroom bungalow for $150, $145, right? 149, sorry. So it's in the ballpark. And I forgot to mention something about that. Delivery dates. I forgot to mention delivery dates on this. Hold on a second. That's 8 months ago. I don't need this right now, but I'll go through it. But nonetheless, let me see the dates. Oh, that's not the dates. We have new dates. So I think we're in 2026, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I think we're in 2026, which would be a good thing. That's where we need to be, right? Let's see what we got. Because we're going to find out. Here we go. Yes, March 2026 is the latest. June 2026. September 2026. So 2 years plus. So that's a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. Got 24 payments. Well, more than that. 27, 28 payments. And we'll talk about some more options. I got to talk to them. Because there's an option here that's pretty spectacular. Yes, we need to know what the view is. Because $199 for 2-bedroom and a terrace is pretty sweet. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. International Flair. I had to end with that because that is a step to financial freedom, is grabbing something, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry, pre-construction. We'll be talking about, so stay tuned for Sealand coming out soon. Over this weekend, there will be a new video about Sealand, and it's by Mishi's. So I'll catch you on that. And thank you again. I love you guys very much. I appreciate your support over all these years. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here. And that's why we have to talk about these changing your life financially. That's why we have to have this conversation about easy steps to financial freedom. There is a catch. It's easy, but there's a catch. And those catches is what stops, apparently, 70% of people who are living paycheck to paycheck. And that's what it stops them from being able to get their financial freedom. But don't worry, we're here for you. We always have a way out. So make sure you stay tuned and come along for the ride. Don't miss Monday at 8:50 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for our Money Making Monday live stream. And here we go with Tiffany Davis. She says, I want one. Tiffany Davis. Well, then you know what to do. You're going to have to come over, hit me up over here. Is this it? Contact me on WhatsApp. If you haven't already, I think I have your info. But go to the group on WhatsApp, sign up, and I'm not hard to find because that's my group. I'm the admin. All right, SSN Nation and Lifestyle. So just keep that in mind. Hold on a second. I need some auto messages on here. I need some auto messages. What's this request? Who's got a request? Tam. You don't have to request. Oh, I got requests now on there. Okay, cool. All right. I didn't realize this. All right. Okay. Right on. Okay. Yes. Come join me at the party, SSN Nation. And I am SSN Nation and Lifestyle, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm not too hard to find. Let me see, what does it look like under there? I'm group admin. You can find me. Not hard to find. All right. And again, you're going to have up to September 2026 is possible. And an ocean view for 1 bedroom at 149. Hey, we got something. We got something to talk about. Okay, she just requested. Welcome, Tiff. All right, thank you. Yeah, okay, now we got you. All right. Thank you. Yeah, just contact me. I can actually, I'm a broker for Seven Palms who actually is doing this. So, we can make things work. I can actually send you the, well, hold on. You know what? I'm going to do this afterwards. I'll send you the brochure and the price list because you can make it in your own mind. You could say, I want mine. I'll take the June delivery or I'll take the September delivery of 2026. So you can actually put out your payment plans, whether it's going to be 24 months or July, August, or 27 or 28 months. So that gives you a little leeway. And of course, the payment plans, no credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. Even though there's no barrier to entry, there will be a potential barrier later. And that barrier is when you have to either the last 40%, that means you will either have to pay cash or finance it. And so who knows what's going to happen in 2 years. But right now, if you finance something, you could be paying 10%, 9.5%, 10%, 12%, 13%. That's hefty, even on 40 grand. Because when you have 40 grand owed, I'm just saying if it was 40 grand, and you owe $4,000 in interest, that is crazy. A year, that means you're paying like $3,500. $350 or roughly 325, let's say, per month just in interest. So then that means to pay down your principal, probably another $3,000, and then you got to pay your HOA. So you're going to be paying $1,000 per month potentially. So that gets kind of crazy. So all I'm saying is we will have you set up, and this is why you come to the SSN Lifestyle Punta Cana Investors Forum, because you will hear from the bankers out of their own mouths what the requirements are, what type of loans they do. Like this past time, the guy from Banco de Lopez de Haro came in, and he's like, look, we do not even do anything loan to value. We take the lesser number. So if you have a deal, you have a pre-construction, and you think, oh, well, my place I bought for $100,000 is worth $200,000. And you're thinking like you're from America or around the world, and you're thinking, oh, good, I only owe 40 grand. So I think, hey, I made 100K equity. So can I take out an extra 20,000? The answer is no. Okay, so you said you'll give me 60% of the value, but here's the thing with them. He says, if your appraisal, whichever one comes lower, your appraisal or your contract. So if your contract says 40,000 and the appraisal guy says, well, yeah, your place is worth 200,000. So you actually have $160,000 worth of equity. They're going to go, I'm sorry, you can only get a loan for 40,000 because we're taking the lesser of the two. And vice versa. If you bought something and the appraisal is less than what you owe, and then I'm sorry, they're only going to give you the appraisal value. It's crazy, but that's what they do. That doesn't mean that's what every bank does. But this is why you come to the Investors Forum, so you understand the lay of the land, what to expect. So then this way you can make something happen. All right, we're going to wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much, Tiffany, for joining the WhatsApp group. I appreciate it. And again, you guys know it's always hard out here. It doesn't get any easier. This thing about there's an abundance of money, yes, there is. But for those chasing their dream, it seems like there's not enough money or not enough people that's going to do what you are offering. So just keep that in mind, because there really isn't. There's only a certain amount of people that have disposable income, and you have to find those people. So like I said, get your extra assets, and the steps to financial freedom can be yours. There is a catch. You got to study, you got to learn, you got to keep going. You just can't rest on your laurels after you did something 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. You got to keep going. And with all that said, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you have a great weekend and keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.